What's poppin', people? How are we all doing? How are we all doing? Right. Straight into it. We already got 6 people in here. How is everyone doing? How is everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing well. So, drop in the comments straight away. Let me know when you've had today. Give me one win you've had today. It could be as simple as getting your 5 a day. It could be as simple as you've achieved your first pull-up. It could be as simple as you slept 8 hours last night and you're feeling on top of the world. I got 7.5, so I was 30 minutes off, but I was still good, right? I'm still feeling good. So drop in the comments. Let's go. So before we get into it, right? Before we get into it, obviously we're going to be tackling specifically all your questions regarding skinny fat, right? Because obviously skinny fat is a complex situation with body composition that, I used to struggle with myself. And obviously, as it's one of the most requested topics, regarding videos I make here on YouTube, obviously, there's an opportunity for us to have a chat, have an awesome hangout together. And any questions you've got regarding skinny fat or anything in general, drop in the comments and let's get rolling, right? If you're feeling awesome today, drop me a fire emoji. So, Adam, what's going on? Adam, what's going on? Shane, hello. What is good, man? How you doing, man? So, as I understand, there is a little bit of a time lag. As I'm talking right now, you're probably 30 seconds behind me, right? As said, we're going to go particularly in skinny fat. All your questions, leave them below. And yeah, I'm excited. Adam, appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the love. So as you guys, we got some questions coming in now. John, what's good, man? What is good? How are you doing, man? I'm doing good. I am doing good. My gut is feeling a lot better. Still got some things to work on, but we're making progress. Before I get into Shane's question, just want to ask a quick question to you guys. I know it's really simple, right? But I got mad OCD. Right now, I'm wearing my blue light blocking glasses. I understand I got a light here. I've got a light here. Let me know if the light is distracting. If it's distracting, I'll take it off, right? Right now, I've got problems with headaches and that. But if we got to take the glasses off, anything for you guys, all right? So, Shane, first question from Shane. Shane. So I'm set at 1900 calories, and that's with a slight lean bulk. I'm skinny fat. Is this a good start? I'm following 5x5 strong lifts. And also you followed up saying 5'4", so small guy to start with. How old are you, Shane? I'm not sure. How old are you? Let me know, Shane, how old you are, because 1900 calories seems quite low, even if you're 5'4". 1900 calories for most people, particularly clients I work with, all ages, all heights, all weights, is like 1900 would be cutting calories. Do you know what I mean? Though 1900 is usually, how much you typically eat for losing body fat. Even 1900 calories for losing body fat is quite low, right? Usually I try to have clients who are aiming to lose body fat having at least 2000 calories a day, but if we need to drop the calories slightly, then we do. But ultimately, I aim, especially with skinny fat, with being in a position of skinny fat, the problem we can have a lot of times is having a slow metabolism, particularly if you're in between your 30s, mid-30s, 40s, to the point where your metabolism begins to slow down. That's where I work with clients, and obviously I've made in YouTube videos of actually amping up your metabolism, right? That could be from certain cardio activities, certain daily activities, but in particular, getting on the right training program and freaking pushing yourself and getting stronger in your workouts so that more muscle mass encourages a high metabolism, and a high metabolism, more calories burned, encourages more fat loss. You know what I'm saying? So let me know, Shane. Let me know, man. Because as I said, 1900 is I would not say that is alien bulk. So 35. Okay. Right. Shane, what you want to do, man, is what I would best advise is I'm pretty sure I've got a bookmark right here. So go on, let me open it up separately to get the website for you. In fact, I'll actually drop a link here in the YouTube live. So there's a website called Tdee Calculator. So TDEE stands for Total Daily Energy Expenditure. Let me drop it here. Let me drop it right here. So check that out, guys. If you want to figure out your maintenance calories, a good estimate of how many calories you burn per day, which will then help you determine how many calories you want or need to lose weight, gain weight, or maintain weight, that is a really good website, a really good resource. Again, you put in your basic info and stats, your age, your height, your weight, activity level. It gives you a good baseline of how many calories you need for like all different levels. So it gives you a really good base to start with. Let me know, Shane. You can do that quickly. Let me know what that website, how many calories it gives you for your maintenance. I'd be curious to know. I calculate my macros, what I typically eat. I'd eat like McDonald's once a day, so that's why I came to that. I said about 1650 is my maintenance. Yeah, honestly, man, take a look at that TDE Calculator website because 35 strongman. Honestly, man, if you're trying to lean bulk, like 500, I would say like minimum like 2,500. But even if you're trying to, depending if you want to lose body fat, like 1,900 just sounds quite low. But anyway, getting to other questions. I want to know how much cardio I need to get off from skinny fat. You don't really need to do that much cardio, particularly for skinny fat, because the reality is that when we're in skinny fat, our problem is not so much fat, like the amount of fat we hold in our body. It's actually muscle mass, right? The more muscle mass we build, the easier it is to get out of skinny fat. So if you're trying to lose body fat, you can maybe do cardio 2 to 3 times a week, 20, 30 minutes of a moderate activity. If you're also trying to build lean muscle mass, I would cut the intensity down. So instead of, skipping, cycling, running, just go for a 30-minute walk every day. Should I bulk or cut? I am skinny fat. I'm skinny fat, but I want to muscle. 5'8", 77 kilos, 22 years old. Should I bulk or cut? I'm skinny fat, but I want to try and build that. So what you want to do, DJ Yorlin, is take a look at your progress photos and more so ask yourself of are you in a position like myself when I started my fitness journey, which was I was more so on the skinnier side of skinny fat. So trying to lose body fat would only make me skinny. Do you know what I mean? So that's where for me, because I was underweight, I actually bulked in a lean calorie surplus because I was literally underweight. So the biggest thing, man, is figuring out 77 kilos, 5'8". I would honestly possibly suggest cutting body fat, right? Again, I'm not sure what body fat percentage you are, but this is the thing with like skinny fat. You want to focus on getting lean, right? So you get rid of the body fat. So there you can actually then focus on building lean muscle mass without having to worry about the excess fat, right? One thing I coach a lot with clients, depending on where they're at in their skinny fat journey, the first objective, if they're not there yet, is to get lean. Because once you get lean, that's where you can focus on lean gaining and building lean muscle mass without having to worry about the excess fat. All right. So that's what I would suggest with that. Will cutting calories have an effect on growth as a teenager? No, that's a myth, man. So Faustin asks, I'm set at 1,700 calories, 190 protein, 127 carb, currently 70 kilos. I want to lose more weight but I am afraid to start to lose muscle gains. 172, 70 kilos. 70 kilos, that's about 150 pounds. 1,700 still sounds quite low, man. I would ask more so how much strength training you're doing as well as cardio, because I'd be wanting to get that metabolism up so you can actually enjoy eating more food while losing body fat. But like I said, you've got high protein down, which is great. Like I said, if you want to lose body fat in a skinny fat position, the main thing you want to consider when losing body fat while at least retaining muscle mass, if you actually do it right, you'll build lean muscle mass at the same time, as I do with clients, is one, high protein diet, which you've got sorted, man. I'd say 190 is probably a bit too high for you if you're around 150 pounds. I'd say what 1 gram to 1.2 grams per pound of body weight for cutting. So for you, if you're around 150 pounds, 150 to 180, I would drop the protein a little. That would give you more space for carbs and fats. So that's number one, high protein diet. Two, make sure you have your recovery in place, particularly 7 to 8 hours night sleep, plenty of water. And I would obviously make sure you get an adequate carbohydrates, and make sure as well, like with your training, don't train for like the pump, don't train for, you know, high reps and low rest. If you want to retain at least muscle mass while cutting or even building muscle mass, you need, you know, a bit in your training of like lower rep range work, like, you know, 6 to 8 rep range, or some 5x5s, and resting around 2 to 3 minutes. That way you're giving your nervous system more time to recover. So that's going to help you. It's going to be easier to retain muscle mass. Like I say, if you actually do it right, you're actually building muscle mass at the same time. And if you need some support with that, man, in the description of this video, my social links are in the links below. So Adam asks, get rid of skinny fat while building lean muscle mass with calisthenics. As I said, especially with calisthenics, the lighter you are, the better, because it's going to make it easier. So I would first of all, Adam, if you're not already, focus on getting lean, right? Focus on leaning down. Again, that will get rid of the excess body fat as well as improving your calisthenics relative strength. So once you're as lean as you want to be, at around 10 to 12% body fat, then you can focus on lean gaining from there, particularly if you're doing calisthenics. I usually have clients eat around maintenance calories, because obviously if you bulk with calisthenics, it actually makes calisthenics harder. I already did. Shay asked if my TDE is 2000 and BMR, is it okay to cut down to? Oh shit. Hang on, let me just get something up for you. So you got to remember, right? That's your Shay. That's your BMR is obviously your resting metabolic rate. I wouldn't consider too much of that. If your TDEE is 2000, I would start with 1700 and see how it goes. That's a good start, man. Shane, okay, 110 pounds. Yeah, apologies, Shane. I'm not sure if you put it before, but if the stats say that, then obviously I would roll with that. Again, as I'm more questions coming down here. If you need any support, man, my social links are all in the description below, and obviously I can answer that in more detail for you. Yeah, as John said as well, you're doing any strength training. So Adam asks, how can I get muscle mass with pull-ups? It depends how many pull-ups you can do, man. But obviously, if you want to build muscle mass, you really want to be focused on that 8 to 12 rep range, 6 reps minimum, and combine that with body weight rows, horizontal pulling, not only for structural balance, but also body weight rows, because they're easier than pull-ups. You can actually do higher volume for body rows, particularly like 10 to 12 reps, high volume, lower rest. And that will then carry over to your pull-ups and help you build muscle mass. Awesome, Forsten. Account. Hi mate, I'm 5'4", 23 pro. Been cutting. Tdee says I'm doing no extreme workout, please. So account 1. Start working out, man. Start working out. Like I said, if you want to get out of skinny fat, building lean muscle mass is the way you're going to get out of it primarily. And also your TDEE is going to raise, your metabolism is going to raise. So with that said, you'll be able to eat more calories while losing body fat because your maintenance calories will go up. Like I said, number one thing with skinny fat, guys, get yourself a properly structured workout program. That is the number one thing. Build lean muscle mass, easiest way of getting rid of skinny fat and reducing your body fat percentage. Is milk bad for losing fat? Not at all. All right, it's all calories in, calories out. If you're in a calorie deficit, man, you're going to lose body fat regardless of what you're eating. Adam, awesome, man. Shay, you're the man. Right. Adam, awesome, man. Wonder Man, hey Jake, please make video on how to increase chin-ups progressively. Dude, I've got a full playlist on this YouTube channel, right, on how to become a pull-up king, right? So, Wonder Man, if you head over, actually, let me get it up quickly for you guys. Like I said, if you actually see on my channel, I've got playlists already made for you guys. So it actually makes it very easy to navigate for each source. So if I go on how to become a pull-up king, I've got like 14 videos here. And it's like I've done videos for chin-ups and pull-ups. Obviously, the same principles apply because they're both vertical pulling. Link there, Wonder Man. Go make some gains. Adam asks, I can do 12 for first set, but after that, I can't do 12. I can 8 or 6. So, Adam, with pull-ups, you want to be giving yourself plenty of rest. Pull-ups, particularly as the thing with pull-ups is obviously you're not getting any assistance from your legs, right? Because your legs are off the floor at all times. So naturally, you're going to fatigue faster with pull-up, particularly if you're doing lower rest times. So I'd say at pull-ups, you want to be giving yourself around 2 to 3 minutes rest because it's more of a strength-based movement. And I would then use the body rows as a tool to focus on higher reps, higher volume to help with the muscle mass, right? So you got to understand, if you want to build muscle mass, right, it's a combination of strength and hypertrophy, right? You've got strength, the nervous system, and hypertrophy, which is more the physiological system, right? In order to build muscle, you've got to get stronger. In order to get stronger, you've got to build muscle, right? So you've got to have that happy medium. So give yourself adequate rest in the pull-ups and the body rows, as obviously you've got your legs for assistance with it. Focus on the high reps, high volume, get that pump in, man. Foston asked, here's a certain muscle group once a week. Is that okay? No. No, it is not, Foston. Do you know why? Because muscle protein synthesis only elevates for around 48 to 72 hours post-workout. So this is why you want to be training each muscle group 2 to 3 times a week. Let me take my glasses off, right? My glasses are annoying here. You want to be training your muscle groups 2 to 3 times a week because that's where, obviously, you've got to understand that after you've worked out, you've stimulated your muscles to grow. And during rest, that's where obviously they rebuild and repair themselves. And this process, i.e. muscle protein synthesis, lasts for around 48 to 72 hours maximum. So after those 48 to 72 hours, it's like your muscles are ready to be hit again, all right? So if you're only training one muscle group a week, they say you do chest day on Monday, all right? Your chest should be ready to be trained again Wednesday or Thursday. Do you know what I mean? If you're getting a whole week, it's like those are like 4 to 5 days of missing out on gains. Missed out some serious gains. Do you know what I mean? That's why, the usual recommendations for workout routines is like 3 days a week, full body, 4 days a week, upper, lower, 5 days a week, upper, lower, push, pull legs, 6 days a week, push, pull legs, push, pull legs. That way you're training each muscle group 2 to 3 times a week to gain the adequate frequency for best muscle growth as a natural lifter. Only people who can really make good gains off once a week are people on steroids, because obviously people who are on performance enhancing drugs right? Their protein synthesis levels are elevated throughout the entire week. Do you know what I mean? So hope that makes sense, man. Adam asks, hey Jake, I met you from your squat video, stretching videos. Awesome, man. I think the squat video was like it was the can't squat video. Oh, that was made a good time ago. So you're an OG, appreciate you, man. Wonder Man, let me know how you get on with the pull-ups. Let me know, I'd love to know. As said, if you want to interact with me, anything, social links in the description below. Instagram, Facebook, email, all that good stuff. Right, love interacting with you guys, not just on YouTube, but on all social media platforms, particularly where you can interact with me more, because obviously YouTube is more of a search engine. It's harder to interact with you guys, whereas email, Facebook, and Instagram, it's like we can actually talk together as human beings, right? Awesome. So, David, what's going on, man? Can I maintain or build muscle on 5 hours of sleep? I've been working out for quite some time, started at 120 pounds. David's made some serious gains, but the past 3 weeks I've only been able to get. So that I would say is a problem, man. I would definitely look into that, not just for building muscle, but also your whole lifestyle. Because gotta understand, man, it's like we need adequate rest, not just for muscle growth and recovery, but for our daily energy, right? If we're not getting in enough sleep, the body's going to be more stressed, right? We've got our testosterone levels, which is our human growth hormone, which helps us build muscle and lose fat. And we've got our cortisol levels, right? Our stress hormone, right? So if you're not getting enough sleep, you're going to lower down your testosterone levels and you're going to increase your cortisol levels, right? That's not good, man. That's not good. That's how you can lose your gains, because your body will break down more than its ability to repair itself, right? So I'll look at your schedule, man. I'd say like that you could definitely obviously look at some things of like how you can shuffle some things around to make sure you're getting 7 to 8 hours night sleep. It's 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night, right? So I said, man, if you want to make the best gains and also just have the daily energy to perform at work or perform at school, not sure how old you are, David, but perform in your career the best way possible, show up for your family and relationships the best way possible. You need energy, right? And the way you're going to get energy is getting insufficient sleep. So Adam, do not kip your pull-ups. You say, then I use my legs for momentum and pull-ups for high reps. Do not use your legs for momentum, Adam, right? Those are kipping pull-ups, right? We want to be doing we want to do our pull-ups with strict form to get proper results, right? And obviously it's like, and if you do kipping pull-ups, put a lot of stress on the shoulder joint, which obviously you don't want, man. You can't make gains if you've got an injured shoulder girdle, or even problems with elbows, your wrists. Keep the pull-up strict. That's the way to go, man. Adnan asks, how to get thicker wrists? I want the bone to grow. Obviously, it's like anything. Obviously, you got to think your joints, Adnan, are genetical, right? You can't really do much about it. However, you can obviously increase the size of your forearms, right? So obviously, if you really want to get some jacked forearms, do a load of wrist curls. When I had tennis elbow 2 years ago, I literally did, like, part of my rehab was wrist curls pronated and wrist curls supinated. And literally my forearms got jacked. My forearms literally made my biceps and triceps look tiny because they just got so jacked, right? So hope that answers your question. Hey, I'm not sure if you answered my question as video lagged for myself. Could you explain, please? Account one, I'm honestly not sure what question it was. We've got questions here below. So if you want to ask it again, copy and paste it and put it below. It's got other people waiting. Darren, thanks for your vids. Do you drink alcohol, or is it best to just cut it out once and for all if you want results? Now, here's the thing, right? A lot of people think that in order to get results in fitness, we've got to sacrifice the finer things in life, right? We've got to sacrifice social life. We've got to sacrifice time with friends and family. We've got to eat 100% clean to get results, when in reality, that's not actually the case, right? We can follow a more flexible dieting approach, which is obviously something I covered in last Friday's YouTube video. Go check out if you haven't already. So that way you can actually fit in your favorite foods and drinks while still getting results and still enjoying a healthy lifestyle. So let me see where it was. So you can have it in moderation. I have clients drinking alcohol just in moderation, maybe on the weekends. I typically don't have clients do it in the week, because then it actually impacts their recovery, their testosterone levels, which can then impact the muscle building process. For me, I drink alcohol on occasions. I'm also drink alcohol like socially, right, for social events, because I am rebellious, right, with some alcohol in my system. But right now I can't drink alcohol. Acid reflux, irritable bowel syndrome, gut life, right? Alcohol. If you've got if you've got digestive issues, like obviously like I'm working with, like alcohol is one of the worst things you can put in your body. So not drinking alcohol for now, but I will be on occasions when I can. Toby, what's good, man? I've had a good day. I hope you've had a great day, man. Wonder Man out of nowhere. Was a White asks, can I change my body composition by only doing cardio, leg workouts, and great nutrition? I currently cannot do upper body due to back pain. So you can certainly improve your body composition that way. I mean, if you've got any injuries, you've got to work with what you can do and what you can control. So like I said, if you're exercising, man, you're gonna, change your body composition. Obviously, working out the full body is the easiest and most effective way of improving and changing your body composition. Like I said, I like legs and abs. You've got an upper body injury, you can still do legs and abs, but you said back injury. I'm not sure if it's lower back around the pelvis or upper back, more the thoracic, more towards the trapezius muscles. But I said, make do with what you can do, control what you can control, and focus on the recovery process to make sure that you can get back to training upper body as soon as possible. Timmer asks, is it okay to be hungry if I'm on a cut? Of course, man. Of course it is, right? If you think about it, when we're in a calorie deficit, we're consuming fewer calories than we burn. Technically speaking, we're fighting against our body, right? If you burn 2,500 calories a day and you're eating 2,000 calories a day, you're literally fighting against your body, right? By giving your body less energy than it needs to maintain its weight, right? So that's why your body's always going to give signals off, right? To combat this, like hunger. Do you know what I mean? So hunger is very normal if you're on a cut. The best way to reduce hunger levels when you're on a cut is obviously making sure that you're still eating enough calories. You still actually need to eat enough calories to lose body fat and keep your metabolism in check. That's why I usually recommend around a 500 calorie deficit. So make sure you're eating enough. High protein diet, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Protein is very satiating in the body. It keeps us fuller for longer. Make sure you're having plenty of fruits and vegetables. As I said, fruits and vegetables, they're very nutriently dense, right? Especially vegetables high in fiber, and they'll keep you fuller for longer too, man. Liam asks, I'm trying to learn planche and can do tuck planche for like 10 seconds. Strong man, Liam. Sometimes right after I stop, I feel a bit of a pain in my shoulder. Any tips for stronger joints? Well, if you're feeling pain in your shoulder, I would more so address the root cause of why you're getting pain in your shoulder. If you're getting pain after the tuck planche, it could be either form related. That could then, your body may be compensating to then put extra stress on the shoulder. Or there could be, as I said, weakness around the body. It could be the shoulder, or it could be something related to your arms or somewhere around your back, or even weakness in the chest. Because sometimes if you get pain in an area, it may not actually be the problem. It may be, somewhere surrounding it. I would address that. Because otherwise, man, like I said, if you're getting pain, you want to be addressing the pain rather than like, how can I make gains over it? Do you know what I mean? Address the pain first before, considering gains. David, thanks, man. I'm 18, insomnia. I can sleep. I can't sleep. David, if you want to improve your sleep like a wizard, man, first of all, have a sleep schedule. So aim to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Typically for me, I go to bed 10:45 p.m., wake up at 7 a.m. That creates a rhythm for your body to get used to it. 2, a few hours before bed, man, get yourself some blue light blocking glasses. Does absolutely wonders. It blocks the blue light and the green light from electronic devices. And 3, be off all blue lights, right? Listen, David, this is the biggest game changer. You want to I can't get my words out. You want to be off all electronic devices an hour before bed. Have a notification on your phone if you need to remind yourself. I have it on my phone an hour before bed to get off all of my devices, right? Because if you are, still on blue light devices before bed, then you're going to struggle to get to sleep, because when you're looking at blue light, right, your brain thinks it's daytime. Do you know what I mean? So if you're going to sleep with your brain thinking it's daytime, that's why we struggle so hard to get to sleep. Whereas if you go off your phone an hour before bed, plan your day, read your goals, do some meditating, read a book, right? An actual paper book, right? Don't read an ebook, right? Your body is naturally going to go from that sympathetic state, the flight or flight response, to the parasympathetic state, the rest and relax state, which is the state we want to be in order to sleep. So that makes sense, man. Adam says, I will not use my legs. You will not use your legs when you're kipping your pull-ups, man. Wonderman, what inspired you to embark on the fitness journey? So I've explained this before, but basically in short, I'm talking as if like I'm an old man, right? I'm only 21, but when I was either 15 or 16, I twisted my pelvis in a football match, and it freaking hurt, right? It set me out for a while. I couldn't play football for like 3-6 months. It took me like a year to actually have a pain-free back. And with that, like I said, because I was less active with obviously playing sports, I went from like a lean guy with like some abs to like a lean guy with like a really stubborn belly. Do you know what I mean? So I became insecure with my self-image. Friends made fun of me for my skinny fat body. I had no confidence talking to girls. If anything, as I said, there was one girl I really liked, and she just ditched me for another guy because I didn't have the balls to even ask her out, right? So that adversity taught me, like, right, I need to change, right? If I want more confidence in myself, I need to do something about it. So that's where obviously I started working out, not just for those reasons, but also to strengthen my lower back, because waking up with lower back pain every day is not pretty. It is savage. It really does impact the quality of your life. Especially what I would do is that I would then try and play football on it and then make it worse, because it just frustrated me so much. So that's what inspired me to start my fitness journey, right? Overcoming my back injury and actually having confidence in myself to not get sweat patches when talking to girls. Upper back, yeah. So do what you can do, man, and focus on the recovery process. Wishing you the best. How can I hypertrophy my middle deltoids with calisthenics? Good question, man. But the problem is that obviously you got to think with lateral delt, side of the delt here, it's very hard to isolate with calisthenics. There are some exercises like thread the needle, or you're like in a side plank, and obviously you abduct and abduct that shoulder, as so. But you're not really isolating the middle delt that much because you're core stabilizing, you're working a lot of your arms and all of that. Like, the best way to hit lagging muscle groups, right, that is hard to hit with calisthenics, is just use weights, man. Just use weights. Get some dumbbells, right, and do some lateral raises. It's much easier. It's much simpler, and you're going to get more results, which is like a win-win-win, right? It's like you can't go wrong. Account one. So account one. I'm 23, 5'4", 150 pounds, 25% body fat. I've been currently eating 1800, but it seems to not be working. Should I go lower? P.S. I work in office and not work out now and again. And only work out now and again. That is the problem, man. Like I said, it's like the problem is that if you're in a position of skinny fat and you're not on a properly structured training program, the problem you're going to have is that your metabolism is going to be really low. So literally your body's just going to store the energy as fat, right? And that's where like people can be stuck in this position where even though they're eating very few calories, like they won't see their body change because their metabolism is so slow to even be burning any body fat, right? I once had a client, I believe they're about mid-30s, mid-40s. They came to me on 1,000 calories, 1,000 calories, 1,000 calories, right? And they still can lose body fat because, again, they were in starvation mode. They were in starvation mode to the point where their body couldn't even burn any fat. So that's where the main thing of getting on a properly structured training program, right? Getting on a properly structured training program is going to help you build lean muscle mass and burn a ton of calories. Can't swear because of monetization here on YouTube. And so, like I said, their TDEE goes up, right? And when their metabolism's higher, they're building muscle. It naturally is much easier to burn body fat, right? As I said, with skinny fat, building muscle mass is going to be the absolute best way of getting out skinny fat. So, hope that makes sense, man. Any further questions? Obviously, you can always reach out. Send me a message. Social links are linked below. I love to chat. Obviously, if any of you are watching this and are struggling with skinny fat, obviously that's where my one-on-one coaching comes into place to take all the guesswork out for you. So if that is something you're interested in, again, linked in the description below. You can book a free 15-minute consultation with me to chat about your goals and see how coaching, us work together would work. So moving on to the next question, John hit the nail on the head, right? Anyone stuck in a skinny fat position, get yourself in a properly structured training program. Naturally, as I said, that's what's going to fix our slow metabolism, right? Any questions on diet? We've spoken a lot about workouts, so obviously nutrition is very important as well. Any diet questions? Let me know. I was skinny, I bulked, now I'm bulky. TRVP XI, and I can't shred that lower belly fat. It's more so, as I said, it's like the way we build lean muscle mass and to find visible six-pack abs is a training program that implements progressive overload. So getting stronger in our workouts every week. And the diet portion, right, especially if you're trying to lose body fat, it's hitting that sweet spot, right? Because if you're eating too many calories, you're not going to be in a calorie deficit to lose body fat. But if you eat too few calories, that's where your metabolism is just going to slow down so much, right? And that's where, again, your hormones aren't going to be able to operate efficiently. Some of your hormones may even shut down if your body then goes into starvation mode if you're eating so few calories. And that's where, as I said, a lot of people could be in a position where they lose muscle mass because they're eating no calories. And then the fat is still there because their metabolism is so slow to even be burning any body fat. Do you know what I mean? Forston asks, I work night shift, but still. Forston, that's awesome, man. 7 to 8 hours of sleep. That's good, man. Keep it up. Accounts. 1. What training style would you recommend? Strength, conditioning, cardio, strength, conditioning, cardio, cardio. This is the one I was using. I'm not sure what you mean, man. Strength, conditioning, cardio, strength, conditioning, cardio, cardio. I'm not sure what you mean, man. You need to rephrase that for me. Sorry. Somebody asked, why is my lower chest so out of shape, even though I feel muscle underneath? If you've got any excess fat around your chest, naturally, like I said, we all store body fat more in some areas more than others. For me, it's my belly. For other people, it could be their waist, their love handles. For other people, it could be around the chest. And it's just a case of losing body fat by being in a calorie deficit. Strength, a good way to tell if your muscles are growing. Yes, because like I said, if you're getting stronger, your muscles have to grow to compensate. But also, it's like anything, you want to be getting stronger in that 8 to 12 rep range, that hypertrophy rep range. Because obviously, the reason why people say 8 to 12 rep range is because it's a perfect blend of mechanical tension, metabolic stress, and muscle damage, which are the 3 components of muscle growth. Wonderman. Yo, Jake, I would like to see you hitting 100k subs soon. I hope some collabs will happen in the future with hybrid calisthenics or other fitness channels. Wonderman, you're an absolute man. Appreciate you. So collabs, like I said, I do have collaborations planned. It's just a case of waiting to get out of lockdown. I've also been on a couple of podcasts lately that they should be releasing soon, and I can't wait to tell you guys in the future, because obviously you'll recognize these people in the calisthenics community and fitness community as a whole. So obviously I'm very passionate about, you know, calisthenics and weights and using hybrid of both. So it's cool stuff, man. It's cool stuff. It's cool stuff. Account one asks, as a skinny fat, right? Don't label yourself a skinny fat, man. Like for me, the thing that helped me most for getting out of skinny fat is stop labeling myself a skinny fat, because we're much more worthy of skinny fat, right? Would you recommend 40% carb, 40% protein, 20% splits? Percentages are always going to depend from person to person, man. It's more so how many calories you're consuming a day. The best macronutrient ratios I usually give, you know, protein, a good rule of thumb is 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So if someone's 150 pounds, 150 grams of protein is a good rule of thumb. Fats, anywhere between 20 to 30%. I say anywhere between because some people respond better to lower fats, some people respond better to higher fats. If you're on the lower side of around 20%, I wouldn't go any lower than 45 grams of fat a day, because obviously if you go any lower than 45 grams, that's not going to be good for your health. If you think it's like, you know, a good proportion of your brain is fat, right? Your body needs fat stores for energy. Your body, you know, not your body, sorry, your hormones, right? You need healthy fats in your diet for your hormones to function efficiently. So if you use that as a guide, the protein, the fats, then you fill the rest of the calories from carbohydrates. Sammy asks, why do so many people recommend to bulk when you're skinny fat? Reason being, man, is because obviously being in skinny fat, like you may have some excess fat, but the number one way to get out of skinny fat is the building muscle mass, which is why people recommend bulking. You can bulk if you want. I personally hate bulking and cutting. Like I said, is why initially I went from weights to calisthenics initially, because bulking and cutting just made me miserable, man. Bulking up made me just feel fat and bloated. It impacted my sports performance in football massively, because, you know, the added fat gain just made me slow, right? Slow as heck. And then cutting down just made me feel weak and skinny. And it's just a vicious cycle, man. Even though I was looking better month after month, I felt awful in the process, which completely defeats the whole point of health and fitness, isn't it? It's like we want to get in shape to feel good and look good all year round. And I feel the best way to do that is implement a more lifestyle approach where you're not really focused on bulking and cutting. It's just a case of adhering to a healthy lifestyle where you're, you know, seeing your physique improve over time without having to gain a load of fat and then cut a load of fat and gain a load of fat and cut a load of fat. Do you know what I mean? Paper Wings. What a name, man. I love that. What macronutrient? So I just answered this, the macronutrient split. Also, as we're here, let me type something in. Skinny fat diet. So I made a video a couple months ago on skinny fat diet plan. I actually broke down the full calories and macronutrients. So give me just a sec and I will share this and I'll link it here in this live stream. In the comment section, 1, 2, 3, boom! Check out that link, guys. Check out that video. Full guide on diet for skinny fat. Can't get my words out today. Can you do more what I eat in the day? I have a hard time with thinking of things to eat. Corey, man, just search on search on YouTube, Jake Gay Fitness, diet, JG Calisthenics, full day of eating. Like I said, I've made many of them before. The reason why I haven't done too many full day of eatings lately is because obviously I've got acid reflux and irritable bowel syndrome. It's not a very, it's not the most thrilling of diets. I've got to eat very plain and basic right now to help with my digestion and my gut health. So it wouldn't be the most thrilling, but I do plan on doing more vlogs, and I haven't vlogged in a while. I've really just been having to, get a lot of guidance from professionals to help with my gut health. And so, like I said, there's just been a lot going on in the background behind the scenes. But excuses aside, gonna make do with what we can do. So I will definitely plan on doing more vlogs. In fact, comment below, put a fire emoji if you want to see more vlogs and even more diet videos. Toby asked, when on surplus, would it be a good idea to just eat when you're hungry, as you don't need to worry about calories that much? Intuitive eating has its place, but if you want the best results, man, you need a set calorie and macronutrient goal for the day and for the week. So you can actually track your progress and actually see what's working and what's not. Otherwise, if you're just winging it, man, it's like you've got no idea what's working and what's not, right? Random actions get us random results. If we want specific results, we need specific actions, right? Monday strength, Tuesday condition, Wednesday strength. So like I said, man, like if you're working out at least 3 times a week, that's cool. Conditioning and cardio on rest days, be careful. If you're doing cardio on rest days, I'd make sure it's low to moderate intensity. Otherwise, it's like if it's high intensity, it's more recovery for your body. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, let's say if like you work out on Monday and then you do a HIIT workout on Tuesday, that's literally two stresses on the body in 2 days. So it's like by the time you get to Wednesday's workout, your body hasn't even recovered. Do you know what I mean? Sammy, are you going to bulk anytime soon? Dude, I'd love to eat more calories if I could right now, but right now I'm in a position where like my gut can only take in so much food at the moment. Like I said, if you guys have been watching my videos and follow me on Instagram at JK Fitness, you know, last month I was diagnosed with irritable bowel syndrome. So I'm following a low FODMAP diet right now, which is working out very well. But at the same time, there's only so much I can eat at the moment, because if I try to eat more, then my gut acts up. Do you know what I mean? And if you've had irritable bowel syndrome or heard of irritable bowel syndrome, it's not nice, man. Right? I can literally be lying on this bed for like 30, 60 minutes with like stomach cramps and just belching my freaking face off, because it's like that's what happens. It's like if you eat in a way that doesn't agree with your gut, because it reacts on you. It's not pretty, but you just got to make do with what you can do. So, like I said, it's like anything. I'm fortunate enough to be eating good foods, but yeah, it's like I can't eat the amount of food I really need to grow, but I can still eat enough to still make some progress, which is what's important. So, just got to take imperfect action now. I'll get my endoscopy test for my gut end of March, and then we can go from there. John, we will work out together, man. You know it, man. Tom, good question, man. So what are your thoughts on BMI, and is there a perfect number? There's never a perfect number, man. Because in reality, it's like our body's changing every day, right? We're always going to burn, you know, different amount of calories every day. Oh, hang on. Did you say TDEE or did you say BMI? Hang on. I've lost the question. I've lost the question. Tom, if you can put copy and paste in the comment section, because again, I don't want you guys to be waiting too long. Hazard asked, just eat more. You're 110 pounds. I'm not sure who turns me. Oh, Shane. Yeah. Okay. All right. Shane, like I said, man, if you need any support, just message me. Because I said we've covered a lot of your questions, and obviously go understand. Obviously, I definitely appreciate a lot for you to take the time to be on this live. But obviously at the same time, you know, there's other people in this live who, you know, actually want their questions answered as well. So like I said, I'm doing my best to answer all your questions, but at the same time, I've got to kind of train myself to be quick and to the point with your questions, because obviously if I spend too much time on one question, then obviously everyone else misses out, which obviously isn't fair for you guys. So Paper Wings, I freaking love your name, man. You're struggling with GERD. It's really annoying, but at least it kind of forced you to eat clean. Yeah, man. Like I said, man, I mean, obviously I was eating clean before, but just gotta make do with what you can do. It's like we can't be human, like perfect human beings with nothing wrong with us. We've always got to have something, right? We've always got to have something, right? But it's all right, man. Like I said, I've had it start of December, end of November time. Things been improving, and yeah, it just is what it is. I mean, the state is it's only really temporary. Do you know what I mean? Things will improve, things will get better. It's just a case of making do with what we can do right now. Toby, you're the man. Sammy, when you say you're a young teen, how young are we talking? Because it's like anything. Like, I'm not sure. Like, if you're a young teen, I'm not sure if you're active elsewhere. When I was a young teen, I played a lot of sports. I'm trying to think. Like, I played football 3 times a week, athletics, running, bit of rugby. I was awful at rugby. A skinny dude. All I could really do was run with the ball, and then when someone wiped me out, I was cramped. Jordan asked, "What got you into YouTube?" So, initially for me, obviously, when I started my fitness journey and I started getting results myself, other people started asking how I got results, and they wanted advice as well. So I was like, if I got like 10 questions on how to lose fat, it was like, why not just make a YouTube video on it, right? So it's like everyone can benefit from it. So that's what inspired me. And obviously, like, since a young age, since I started my fitness journey, I was fortunate to learn the principles very quickly. But then at the same time, I realized, like, there's so much BS in this industry. Do you know what I mean? And that's why I wanted to make YouTube videos to help, take the guesswork out for other people without having to, go through the trial and error that I had to go through. Do you know what I mean? But that's what inspired me initially. And obviously, I've always had a vision of like impacting, a lot of people. I never knew exactly how when I started at like, 16, 17, and starting this channel at 18. But I was like, if I just make videos and help people, then obviously, the rest will follow, right? Oh, hang on, another video is playing, my bad. So, let me just see. Tom, you said BMI. Oh, sorry, man. It's like so many questions have been like TDEE and all about calories burned. It depends what you're using your BMI for, because obviously all the measurements, they've all got different uses, different benefits. It's all about how you're using it. Toby asks, is there much difference in how you feel during the day if your protein intake is from food versus supplements? Not too much. Sarah, what's going on? Sarah, what's up? Hope you're doing well. Anyway, Toby, man. It depends, man. It depends how your body digests like whole foods versus supplements. For me, I know that protein powder would mess up my gut right now. It's all about how your body digests food. You know what I mean? We all digest food differently. Protein naturally is usually an easier source for us to digest, particularly as it's protein doesn't have any fiber in it, does it? Unless obviously you're getting the protein from other sources that aren't meats or protein related coming from animals, or protein powder, right? Test things out, but ultimately if you're using protein powder, I usually get clients to use like 1 scoop maximum a day, because you don't really want to rely on protein supplements too much, because obviously with whole foods like lean meats, fish, tuna, salmon, all that good stuff, which is fish, like they also contain micronutrients that are really important for our health that you wouldn't get from protein supplements. Appreciate you, Paper Wings. Like I just love the name. Yeah, so Sammy, 14, also do basketball and football. Yeah, that's a lot, man. What always worked for me well when I played a lot of sports at school is that I did full body 3 times a week. It was just very easy to manage and recover from, because it's like, you got to think, it's like playing basketball, playing football, that is stress on your body, especially stress on your joints. And it's like anything, you don't want to overdo it by then doing too much work. Your body only has finite, or your body only has so much, recovery capacity. And obviously basketball and football is going to take up quite a bit of it. So that's where, if you're more of an athlete, you've got to, accept that like you can't train as often as like someone who works out for a living. Do you know what I mean? So I'd say full body 3 times a week. I know a lot of athletes in season, like footballers, for example, tend to go for full body twice a week, because like the amount of stress they put on their body from their sports, doing twice a week is suffice without impacts their recovery in their sport. Jordan, you're the man. Right, so 55 minutes, damn man, time flies. So hope this live has been valuable for you guys. Like I said, it's coming towards 7 p.m. here in England, and I've got to make sure I get my dinner in. Reason being, if you know of acid reflux, you've got to make sure that you eat no less than 3 hours within going to bed. Because obviously, if I eat within 3 hours of going to bed, usually it's then hard for my body to digest, and then it causes acid reflux and heartburn. And I wake up the next day with like most really horrible feeling, like acidy, like an acid taste in my throat. It's not pretty, man. So I've got to head off soon, guys. I'll answer one more question, another one if you comment right now. Hustlers Central, how to maintain muscle when doing such high intensity cardio like football a lot. Yeah, ask your question, man. Like I said, especially if you're doing an endurance based sport, it is going to be hard to build muscle mass. You're definitely going to need a lot more calories. Like I think when I played football, I need like 3,000 calories just to maintain my weight, right? That's even when I was skinny. The main fundamentals, man, is obviously high protein diet. Usually 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, adequate rest and recovery, 2 to 3 hours a night, 7 to 8 hours sleep a night. Yeah, that dude is jacked, isn't he? And as I said, focusing on strength in your workouts. I know, obviously, being a former athlete, right? The way like my coach would get me initially when I was playing football was like, you want to be strength training, and hypertrophy does have its place. It depends if you're in season or not in season. Obviously, if you're in season, you want to be focusing a bit more on strength, to the point where it doesn't impact your recovery too much, but also doesn't cause too much DOMS. Because if you're doing like high volume bodybuilding, 10 to 15 plus reps, that soreness, particularly if you work out a day or two before a football match, that could really impact your performance, man. Like, you don't want to be like running on a football pitch with like sore hamstrings. So last question, Sammy, what happens when you have excess protein? It's a bit like anything, man. When you digest more of something than your body can handle, goes in one way, comes out the other. Just comes out your stool. But yeah, that and some pretty foul smelling farts as well, probably, as a sort of experience of that one. But yeah, you don't want to be consuming too much protein, man. Otherwise, as I said, it's going to go in one end, come out the other. Like, you get protein in with your meals and then you have a shake after all that. Is that harmful? Protein shakes, they're not like magical wonders, man. Like I said, it's like protein powder. You only need it if you can't get your protein intake in for the day with whole foods. But like I said, if you're hitting your protein intake without the use of supplements, then you don't need to supplement in the first place. It's like anything, man. It's like, this is the thing in the fitness industry. We think we all need these special supplements, when in reality, it's like, let's look at the word supplement. It's only a supplement. It only supplements our progress, like 1 to 2% max. If it was really needed, it wouldn't be called a supplement. It'd be called essential. It'd be mandatory. Do you know what I mean? So 59 minutes. I think we're going to wrap things up here. So just making sure I've covered everything I wanted to cover. So if you catch this on replay, let me know. Comment replay in the comment section. Again, if you've got any further questions as you're watching this live right now, again, you can comment below. because again, I will get notified in my YouTube studio. And yeah, love to answer questions and support you the best way possible. And appreciate you all, love you all, and thank you for your time. Really appreciate it, especially some of you guys who have been here from the very start. You guys are freaking amazing, right? Hope you have gained some new knowledge. Hope you've gained value within obviously questions I have answered for you. And yeah, as I said, as you guys said, have a great evening, Jake. Have a great evening as well, guys. Have a great day wherever you are across the globe. And if you want to see more lives, let me know. I'd love to do more of these lives and interact with you guys. And yeah, have an awesome rest of your day. Have an awesome rest of your week. As always, we keep moving forward. Ciao, ciao. See you soon. One more thing before I go. I'm working on a transformation video as we speak, right? So it's going to be a very high level, high quality, highly impactful video that you guys are gain an extreme amount of value from. So I'm planning on uploading it next week. I'm currently editing it right now. I want to make sure it's the best possible. So give me a bit of time, because as I said, the next video on this YouTube channel, it's going to be more transformational than my 5-month calisthenics transformation, right? It's going to be that epic. It's going to be that epic. So see you then, all right? Keep moving forward, guys. Appreciate you all. Love you all. Ciao, ciao.